Are we as international community ready for the new pandemic? We addressed that question to the regional director of the World Health Organization for Europe, Hans Kluge. In an exclusive interview with the New Time, Mr. Kluge shared his strategy on how to overcome new drastic challenges to the global healthcare systems. Please watch the fragment of the interview right now. Full version of the interview is available on our YouTube channel. We are now located in Astana, which these days hosts an international conference celebrating two declarations. First made 45 years ago in Almaty, and the second one 5 years ago in Astana. So the general theme of these declarations was about the importance and equal access to primary health care system. So what do you think are important milestones, if we talk globally, countries have made so far in this regard, and what is the role of Kazakhstan in this process?
Actually, this week, Astana is the center of global health, really, and the countries were sharing their innovations in primary healthcare. I feel that 5 years ago, I was here in Astana, with the Astana Declaration. We succeeded to create a global primary healthcare movement rooted in strong ethical principles, but also implementing very practical solutions to each context. And Kazakhstan is the birthplace of primary healthcare. We were all very impressed that His Excellency President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev honored us with his personal presence and inspiring speech, because this is what we need in all countries, that primary healthcare is at the top of the political agenda. Because we saw that during the pandemic, the countries with a strong primary healthcare did much better than the other countries.
Yes, you mentioned pandemic, and I think when we talk about primary health care, we understand that this is a cornerstone of public health care systems, and we have experienced pandemic, which had dreadful consequences for all, I think, public health cares all over the world, and I think that was one of the biggest challenges countries faced in decades.
Yes.
So far. So the main question today, are we secured now, and what are important lessons we should learn from this recent pandemic?
I'm optimistic in the sense we learned a lot, but we are still not there. What has improved is that for political leadership globally, it's clear, without health, there is nothing. No economy, no social cohesion. So there is a need to invest in health and health systems. In primary healthcare, because there is where public health comes together. For example, case finding, when we needed people to go out and look for patients who are infected, we need a strong public health workforce, which is best located in the communities. But we also needed enough beds in the hospitals. We needed enough masks, for example, and tests. So this is what countries are preparing for better, but then the big issue we need is international solidarity. Kazakhstan has demonstrated it, has actually helped a lot of countries, but this was not the case everywhere. Some countries were hoarding the vaccines for themselves. That's why it is so important that countries agree by the World Health Assembly in May next year on what we call the pandemic agreement. Yesterday, President Tokayev and WHO Director General Dr. Tedros, in my presence, also the president of Dr. Azar Ginyat, discussed the importance of this pandemic accord, because countries need to agree to share, particularly if there is not enough. Because we know no one will be safe until everyone is safe.
Can we say that so far now, we as mankind are ready for the next possible pandemic or very challenges that it brings to the public healthcare systems?
We
globally?
Still don't have the pandemic agreement. We are making a lot of progress, because only then the countries will agree. We are much better, but it depends. For example, I always say, imagine that COVID-19 was spreading as fast as measles and with a mortality like Ebola. Then it could be much worse. So that is 3 elements that we need to keep in mind. Number 1 is surveillance through the wastewater, so you can quickly pick up if there is a dangerous virus somewhere, surveillance. Number 2 is the quality of indoor air. This is very important. We can, really avoid a lot of respiratory diseases if the air indoor and outdoor is pure. That's why the commitment of Kazakhstan to environmental change and climate change is very important. And number 3, going into the winter, all the vulnerable people, the elderly people, the sick people should get their vaccine, the booster for COVID, and in the other arm, the influenza vaccine.
Thank you, Mr. Kluge, for your time and for your answers.